Yo, what's up? I'm Zack. Welcome back to my channel, RWBY Mythology. Today, this is part 3 of What If Jaune Died Instead of Pyrrha. And before I continue on, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell for more RWBY content. That shows it means a lot to me that you guys want to see more RWBY content on this channel. And if you guys not seen the last 2 previous parts, before you guys go over here, go check them out because the story not making any sense to you. So the last part where we left off, that Weiss have a bit of guilt and despair and grief because what she said, and that caused Jaune's life. And Pyrrha is blinded that of her guilt, that she blamed herself for everything. She only seek revenge for Cinder, and then they came across the village. Then were attacked by Tyrion, and Pyrrha put up a decent fight. But she is slowly losing aura, and she does got a butt kick, and Tyrion's about to go attack RWBY until Crow came to save her life, just like the original. And that's what we left off. But before we get into the fight scene between Tyrion and Crow, I want to focus in on Weiss. Weiss is, let's just say, going through the same shenanigans with her father, just like in the original. After she slapped him and leaves, he tells her that, oh yeah, all that information about that boy that you're upset about, your brother deleted all of it, including the contact of your friends. And this did piss off Weiss. She was shocked and pissed, enraged. She is infuriated. She put all of her anger and frustration to her brother later on. Hell, there was a time she actually slapped him for that shit. And she was to punch him, but one good slap didn't make his nose bleed. And Willie is pissed. So he just walked away with a pissed off look on his face with a bloody nose. And Weiss decided to trash the whole room in her room. So she is pissed. So fucking pissed. She was about to throw a package, a suitcase, that have her weapon and her dust. But she didn't. She lays it down, opening, and saw her weapon. And she know what she need to do. So after that, whatever happened to Weiss after this, always end up the same. Nothing has changed. So now, moving on to Tyrion and Crow. After Crow blocked the stinger to Tyrion, Crow turns around face to face with Tyrion, and Tyrion is praising the greatest huntsman on Crow Bronwyn, and RWBY said, I don't know who he is weird. And Crow tells Tyrion the usual thing, just like the original. So basically the line goes out the same, nothing has changed. And the fight between Crow and Tyrion goes out the same, just like the original. Nothing has changed. Hell, there was a time where RWBY does the same. So basically RWBY does get involved, just like the original. Pyrrha gets up. She, after resting for a bit, she has enough strength to help out RWBY. Because what RWBY is doing is going to get herself killed, or even worse, get her uncle killed. And get so distracted. So she's going to try to make sure that RWBY does not get killed. And Crow is frustrated that the two girls decided to help. But it got more worse when Ran and Noah decided to join in. So it's 5 against 1. Tyrion cannot help but laugh And he said, ladies, please, there's more of me where there came from. And Crow was like, oh, just shut up and fight. Kid, stay out of my way. And the fight between Tyrion and Crow kind of goes in the same, but the kids gets involved, and until Ruby cuts off Tyrion's tail, he is pissed, and he was about to cut Ruby, but someone pushed her out of the way to dodge that attack. Let me rewind that scene. God damn it. Before that, Tyrion was about to stun Ruby with the tail, but instead someone pushed her out of the way, which is Nora. Nora gets stunned, she falls to the ground, Tyrion is pissed, and Ruby cuts off the tail. Crow shot Tyrion in the back of his shoulder, and Pyrrha just sliced Tyrion from the chest, like a line chest. The line cut to his chest. Tyrion is injured badly, just for the chest, and he screams out like, "You bitch!" And both Crow, Pyrrha, Ren, and Ruby, and Tyrion says that she'll forgive you. And Tyrion just runs off the fastest he can before he does lose a lot of fucking blood. And Ren runs to Nora, and he asks, "Are you alright?" And Nora says, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little bit of cut, that's all." And Ruby's like, "What was that guy? Why are they what was that guy?" And Miranda's like, "How did you get here?" And Pyrrha asks, "Why are they hunting Ruby?" And Ruby's like, "Uncle Crow, what's going on?" And Crow's just silent. "What's your favorite fairy tale?" And then we move on to the night scene, where Crow explained the entire thing. You know, the relics, the maiden, all that stuff, even Stala. Pyrrha, she's a bit pissed, but they already know about the maiden, but they not know about the relics and Salem. But Pyrrha is still pissed at Crow. Whenever Crow looks at Pyrrha, Pyrrha just looks away with a pissed off look. Crow understand. And why Pyrrha's pissed at Crow? Well, let me give you guys a flashback of the aftermath. In the aftermath of the Beacon Academy, the fall of Beacon Academy, where Ruby is out conscious after using the Silver Eye, Crow picks up Ruby, and he was about to leave until he turns around and see Pyrrha crying, holding but John's sword, and still holding the dead body of John, still dead. And we hear Pyrrha say, John, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't leave me. Please. Wake up, please." And Crow turns around and says, I'm so sorry. And Pyrrha says, "For what? For what? Because of this? Because of this, it's all your fault. yours, Ironwood, Glinda, and Ozpin. All of this is your fault because y'all want me to be the next maiden. And look what that happened. Cost John's life. Because of you. I want nothing to deal with this. I did not ask for this. None of us did. None of us. Just leave me alone. And then we enter the flashback and pretty much she blames Ozpin, Crow, Ironwood, and Glinda because of all of this. Yeah, the reason why I decide to make Pyrrha to hate them because they chose her to be the Fall Maiden, and then when she made that choice, it caused the loss of Jaune. That's one thing I did was kind of like a hit miss for Rigger from his version of this. It was a hit and miss opportunity that, make Pyrrha feel the anger, make her feel the hate for them choosing her and caused the loss of Jaune. And that's the main reason. And Ren, another phrase then, Pyrrha would never forgive them. And she would never forgive them at all. Period. And no matter whoever she sees again, like Glinda, Ironwood, or Ozpin, she would never forgive them. Period. And Crow still understand her pain that night. He has not forgotten. And Ren is with Nora, trying to keep her company because he is worried about her. Like, literally worried about her. And Nora tells Ren that she's fine. It's just the cut. Don't worry about it. And Ren said, who knows what could be done with that cut? We can't tell if it is. And Nora just booped Ren in the nose, say, you worry too much. And that's what I liked about you. And Ren just can't help but smile, but he doesn't understand why, because there's no time for joke. And Ren has every right to be worried. And Crow tells, like, we need to get some rest because who knows where he's gonna come back or whenever. Apparently he doesn't, because Tyrion does arrive Salem's castle and inform this information, and when Salem saw Tyrion injured, she's been curious and surprised that the kids did him to this. But Tyrion tells Salem that some of them was Crow, Bronwyn, and that skilled girl, Pure Nikos, and also he lost his tail by the girl in red. And Tyrion asks forgiveness, but Salem just did not. So Tyrion gone on a fucking murder rampage when he's still losing blood. And you think that he will be passing out? Which he did after he... No, actually he could. Because he is a psychopath and insane. Because if you hold amounts of anger or anger, insane, and hatred, you actually could survive some kind of injured. Literally. I mean, it's true. So, after Tyrion released all of that, he completely passed out on the ground. And he's gonna need a lot of stitches. That's gonna be a nasty scar. So whatever happens to Tyrion goes out the same. Nothing happens. The next day, everyone hears the cough. And they all woke up. And they see Norris coughing heavily, badly. Ren, instead of just both Ren and Pyrrha, run towards Nora. And Ren said, "No, Nora, are you okay?" And Nora revealed the purple liquid in her arm, and Pyrrha's eyes widened. And Nora's like, "Well, this is the first." And oh boy, this is not good. So, like I said before, whatever happens between Wise, Blake, Yang, and Oscar, all that goes out the same. Same goes for the villains. Nothing has changed. That's the reason why I will never get into it. So, I want to end this part here, but I want to go a little bit further. So, they need to find help now. And with Nora in the youngest stage, the poison will kick in faster than a normal adult. So Crow trying to think of a plan, and so basically they need something to carry her that finds a place to help. So yeah, it's not going well. And Ren and Pyrrha are holding Nora in a laying down thing, whatever you call it, to carry her. And both Ren and Pyrrha are worried for Nora, especially Ren. Because first John died, now Nora is poisoned. And is losing their teammates all over again. Ruby is worried. And Ren stopped, and Crow said, "Oi, what are we stopping?" And there's a two direction, and Crow said, "Oh, that. You three head down to there. There's some buildings have good shelter, so you guys can lay her down. I'll take the other way to get the high view so I can know to get some help." And Rena's like, I don't know, that's a good idea. And Crow's like, "What do you mean this is not a good idea?" And Ren wants to continue. He asked once Ruby and Pyrrha could go, while Ren could go with Crow. But at the same time, he doesn't want to leave Nora. And Crow said, "If there's something wrong, say something, kid." And Ruby says, "We'll do it. We'll go." And Crow said, "Good. But wait. You two could go on ahead. I want to speak to Pyrrha alone." And Pyrrha stays and speaking to Crow when Ren and Nora, and that Ren and Ruby takes the injured, poisoned Nora to the village. And Pyrrha said, "What do you want?" And Crow said, "Look, I know you hate me, since you pretty much know about the maintenance stuff way before they do. I think it's time you should know about how I managed to find y'all guys. Watch. I'll see you guys later when I get some help." Crow go behind the tree and fly and transform to a crow and flies off. Pyrrha eyes widening with shock. She's in her mind like, did he just transform to a, huh? She just cannot believe that just happened. And she's gonna have some questions about it. But right now, they have injured Nora. So, basically, they're trying to find the place where they could have Nora to sleep at. Or lay down at until Crow finds some help. Which they did, which is a house. And they go inside and found a dusty old bed, and they lay Nora down, and they both sit down on the ground, take a deep breath, and get some rest, because carrying her all day was fucking exhausted. And Pyrrha showed up, and Ruby said, "Hey, where's my uncle?" And Pyrrha said, "He's going to find some help right now. We need to stay here until he finds Rive." And Ren just can't take this anymore. He cannot be around. And Ren said, "I need some fresh air. I just can't." And Ren just storms off, and Pyrrha looks at Ren and looks at Ruby, and Ruby said, just nod, is pretty much telling Nora to tell Pyrrha to go check out Ren. Ren just walks fast, and Pyrrha said, Ren, stop. What's got into you? You've been acting weird since we got to the village. What gives? Ren just don't want to say it, don't want to say nothing. And Pyrrha said, "Say something. You can tell me." And Ren just sighs, says, "This place brings up haunted memories." And Pyrrha said, "What do you mean?" This village was my home. Kurayuri is the place where I was born and raised. Until the Grimm attacked. And that's where I lost my parents. And that's how I met Nora. The Grimm, my village was attacked by a monster. A type of Grimm that you've never seen before. I keep hearing that click sound in my head every time I step foot here. I promised myself that I will never, ever come back here. Ever again. And Pyrrha just disbelieve that she didn't know. She didn't know how they both know how Ren and Nora know each other. And that explains a lot. She doesn't know what to say. Only thing she can say is, I'm sorry. I did it. Everyone said, "It's fine. It's not your fault. None of us asked this. It just happened. It's just how the world is. That's how it is." I still keep hearing that click sound in my head. And I'm still hearing it right now. And Pyrrha said, "I don't think that is in your head." And Ren looks up with shock and horror. He hears that click, like it's getting closer and closer behind them. And they both turn around slowly, and we see the face of the horse, the arm twitching, the body the body's like leaning back until it leans up, the neck like it's popping, and it was kind of demonic form, until the neck Levine was about to roar, scream, or whatever, but everything went blacked. And that is where I'm going to end this part right here. The reason why I made that in blacked, because give you guys a cliffhanger, you know, showing the Nickelvine, just like how the original was. And I would say, okay, in my Discord server, a lot of people, one other person asked me what is my favorite Grimm. It would definitely be the Nickelvine, because how creepy it looks, how demonic it looked. It's just, ugh. That is my all-time favorite Grimm. I will not doubt about it. And, but yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channels, my social media, and the Discord server. All that will be down below. So you guys know enjoy all the shenanigans. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. RWBY is love. RWBY is life. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you guys later.